Okay, now I'm sharing my screen. Let me share it first. Now, is it visible to you all?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So we have completed till the preamble, the various schedules, and the fundamental rights. And today we'll start from directive principles of state policy. Now, these directive principles of state policy are, you can say, in the form of, some instructions or guidelines to the government at the center as well as states. So, this idea of directive principles of state policy has been taken from Irish Republic. So, remember this. This is taken from the Republic, Irish Republic. You know, Actually, these are for the government, or you can say the authoritative people, to limit their powers, you can say. So no government can afford to ignore them. They are in fact the directives to the governments to incorporate them in the decisions and policies to be formulated by them. So their aim is to establish, the social and economic democracy, so that not a single person, actually they were incorporated in our constitution in order to, provide economic justice and to avoid concentration, of wealth in the hands of a few people. So they make certain laws and regulations under these principles. So that much is enough for you to know about these principles. Then we have fundamental duties. So fundamental duties, our constitution has, explicitly, you can say, laid down certain fundamental duties of its citizens under Article 15A. So remember, under Article 15A, what is the important subject over it? It is fundamental duties. Like fundamental duties, every Indian citizen have to, promote harmony and spirit of common brotherhood, you can say, and irrespective of, the religious matter or linguistic or regional diversities, like so, and they renounce the practices, for the dignity of women, and preserve the rich heritage of our culture, and of course protect and improve the natural environment. This is also our duty, fundamental duty. So as we are aware of fundamental rights, we should always be, and also be, must be, aware of these duties, and we have to, do our duties, and just avoid violence, and the collective or individual activities which, provoke such, you can say, uh, which are against the society, for the peace and, prosperity of society or family or nation. So these are the fundamental duties. Now there are certain important things about, president, prime minister, vice president. So I think you might be knowing the minimum age will be around 35 or more. Citizen of India, he or she must be citizen of India. And for president, the eligibility is, the person should be eligible, to be a member of Lok Sabha. And if they are applying for this post, president, then he or she must not hold any government post, except like political post, like he or she may be president, maybe governor, maybe minister, but not holding the government servant position or government employee, you can say. And we all know that president is indirectly elected through electoral college consisting of the elected members of both the houses of the parliament and assemblies, also assemblies of the states. And among them, uh, the Supreme Court also inquires all the disputes regarding this president's election. And the elected president take oath in the presence of Chief Justice of India, CJI. So a 5 year term is there for any president. And in absence of president, vice president will be in charge, right? And prime minister is the real executive authority uh, as per the constitution, or as the matter concern of our country. And vice president also the same eligibility criteria. And he one important thing, he possesses the qualification for the membership of Rajya Sabha. So, and one more thing about the president, emergency power. The president can, declare emergency, and there are three types of emergencies. You can note it down. First is national emergency, which is under Article 352, and second is state emergency, that we call president's rule. Now we heard many times the president rule. So this is the state emergency, and this is under Article 356. And third one is financial emergency. It is under 360, Article 360. So three types of emergencies. I am repeating again: national emergency, 352 Article; state emergency, that we call President's Rule, Article 356; and then financial emergency under Article 360. So remember these three, which is under the power of president. He or can declare under some adverse conditions. So now the citizenship, important few important points regarding citizenship. So citizen of a nation, whom you call a citizen of a nation? Anybody?
President,
Citizen.
press. Yeah, but oh, sorry, I thought you were asking first citizen of India. Okay.
No, no, citizen, only citizen.
That he is eligible for voting.
Yes, one of the right,
Yeah.
that. Yeah. Any other thing?
Who has taken birth here? Next. Yeah.
Birth here is okay. He is citizen, but it's not that he whole lifetime he or she is the citizen of India. It depends. He or she may not migrated to other countries, because we in India, follow the single citizenship rule. So if you never gone to some other country, or never applied, or never be a citizen of other country, then only you are eligible for that inborn. That is in America, inborn citizenship. Any other thing? What a citizen of India can enjoy, or um, okay. So, citizen of a nation actually is a person who enjoys full civil and political rights in that nation. So, like we have our constitution, and so many things are there for a citizen to follow or to enjoy certain rights and then follow some of the duties. So, that rights are only available to a citizen of India only. All right, like right to not to be discriminated against on the ground of like religion, race, caste, sex, or place of birth, you can say. Then right of equality, of you can say opportunities, in matter of say employment. Then we have discussed right to freedom. How many freedoms? Right to freedom?
And 6,
Six. Which article?
19.
19, right. Right to speech, assembly, association, movement, residence, occupation, like that. And then they have cultural, educational right, then right to vote for elections to the parliament or assembly. And they can occupy certain, important posts like president, prime minister, vice president, or maybe judge of Supreme Court. So, like that. But in India, we have a single citizenship rule. Like it means a person can only be a citizen of India and not of any other state. So this Indian constitution, forbids this dual citizenship, uh, whereby a person may be a citizen of two countries at same time at other countries, but not in India. So a person can only be a citizen of India and claim the rights and privileges that go with this citizenship. So, according to the Citizenship Act 1955, and it is amended also, Amendment Act was in 2003. So, a person may become a citizen of India by birth, by descent, by registration, by naturalization, or by incorporation of a territory. Like a person who has lived in India or has served the government of India for at least 7 years and knows one of the official language of India, then he or she can, renounce the citizenship of his of her country of origin and can take the oath of allegiance of India. And he
Ma'am,
should be of a good character also. Yes.
which act you mentioned? 1956?
Yes, Citizenship Act.
Okay, okay.
But according to these acts, a person can lose his or her citizenship if under the renunciation, like an Indian citizen can make a declaration of his or her citizenship, renouncing that he his or her citizenship, and have this declaration registered then. And termination may happen when a person become a citizen of another country voluntarily, so automatically he or she loses citizenship of India. So like that, there is loss of citizenship. Now we come to a very important thing, parliament. So parliament includes president, Lok Sabha, that is lower house, Rajya Sabha, upper house. So in Rajya Sabha, we have this is the upper house. So it consists of representatives of states and represents the federal, character of constitution as we have. So the maximum strength is 250. Out of these, 238 represents the state and union territories, and 12 are nominated by the president from the renowned persons who have distinguished themselves in the field of say literature, art, science, or maybe in social service also. So its members, which are from the states, they are elected by the members of legislature, all right, which we call MLAs. So they elect those members of Rajya Sabha from the states, and tenure is like the Rajya Sabha is actually a permanent body, and it is not subjected to dissolution like Lok Sabha. So one third of its member retire after every 2 years. So the members are elected by the elected members of the state assemblies for 6 year terms. So remember these things. And qualification is more or less same. The age is like 30 years for president, vice president it is 35, and for member of houses it is 30 years. Then we have Lok Sabha. Lok Sabha is lower house, and it consists representatives which are elected by the people on the basis of like you know mm, universal adult franchise, and through the secret ballot, which we are directly vote our members or our candidate. So the constitution prescribes like membership not more than 530. It's around 545 or so sometimes. So this 530 representatives are from states, and not more than 20 representatives from the UTs, and not more than two members of Anglo-Indian community, which is nominated by the president. So this is the structure of Lok Sabha.
And who's Anglo-Indian?
Anglo-Indian, sorry?
Who is Anglo-Indian? Like who is
Anglo-Indian
from
means,
British?
yeah, when parents are one of the parent is Britisher, or and one is Indian. So that child is Anglo-Indian. English plus Indian. Okay, Britisher plus English, Indian.
Ma'am, mother should be Indian, yeah, or the father should
Ha,
be.
any parent, any parent.
Okay.
As far as I know. Now the term of Lok Sabha is 5 years, and but it may be dissolved by the president, earlier also. It depends on the condition, on the situations, circumstances. So, but under certain conditions, the according to the 42nd Amendment, it can be extended. The normal life of Lok Sabha to up to 6 years. But again, 44th Amendment Act 1978 has set it 5 years, the original constitution time period term. Now the qualification is same as citizenship of one again age factor. Now in Rajya Sabha it is 30 years, and for Lok Sabha it is 25 years. So 5 years difference is there. Now the speaker is chief presiding officer of Lok Sabha, and there is a speaker and also deputy speaker. So both are elected by the members of parliament among themselves, and they have the charge to hold the to maintain the discipline of the house. So there are special powers given to Lok Sabha. Lok Sabha enjoys the powers, you can say, not Rajya Sabha. They are not available to the Rajya Sabha members. So first is they are confidence vote or no confidence motion can be initiated and passed only in Lok Sabha. And money bill and financial all bills can be introduced only in the Lok Sabha. So you can say it controls the pursuit of government. So that is the main thing. And there are three sessions each year. Generally, this parliament meets in those three sessions. First is budget session, which is from January to March, and then monsoon session from July to August, and then winter session from November to December. Then some important points regarding Supreme Court and what Union Budget, Niti Aayog, some important points will cover. So India opted, a unified and single judiciary, and this integrated system of courts for the union as well as states. And because we are having a federal system, so Supreme Court stands at the apex of judicial system of India, and it consists of a chief justice and 30 other judges. All right. So, and the Supreme Court normally sits, in Delhi, New Delhi, but a few benches maybe, depends. They may open at some other places depending upon the circumstances. So, Chief Justice of Supreme Court is appointed by the President, but in consultation with other judges of the Supreme Court and High Courts. So, this is as he or she may deem necessarily for this purpose. And other judges of the Supreme Court are also appointed by the President in consultation with the Chief Justice. So, qualification of a judge should be, citizen of India, then has been a judge of the High Court for about High Court or two or more such courts in succession for at least about 5 years or more, and a distinguished jurist in the opinion of the president. Then only he or she will be eligible for a Supreme Court judge. Now, tenure of this judge, Supreme Court judge, you know. Whether the first one, whatever, the 65 years of age. Till the 65 years of age, he or she may occupy the seat, judge of a Supreme Court, or by, you know, till he or me, depends upon the circumstances. It may be resignation or, address to the president, or, removal by the president on some, resolution passed by the houses of the parliament. Then, in certain cases, they have to vacate that seat. So, and for this removal of a judge, also done by majority of the total membership of that house, and but it should not be 2/3 of the members present and voting. Then only the judge can be removed from his or her post. Some misbehavior or some incapability. So if they find it like that, he or she can be removed from his or her post. So now the present this article 124 and 217 deals with the appointment of judges of the higher judiciary. So note this, the Constitution article. And according to these articles, the judges could be appointed by the President after consulting CJI and other judges. Now, the present system for the appointment of judges that was adopted in 1993, and which is known as collegium system. All right. Now, this present system, which is collegium system, was adopted in 1993. Remember this. Then, okay. Then another thing, union budget. Union budget is, you can say, an annual financial statement of the government, and it is actually the government bill and classified as money bill also. And it is represented to the Lok Sabha on the recommendation of the president. And this budget is actually a statement of the estimated receipt and expenditure of the government of India, for the following financial year. So all the expenditures approved through various demands, for grants and expenses. So they charged on consolidated fund of India and are then presented in the form of a single bill, which is called an appropriation bill. And these proposals for taxation to raise the revenue are presented in the form of financial bill. So this is under Article 112. So Union Budget under Article 112. Now then, there is a important body which is Niti Aayog. Niti Aayog is actually a policy think tank of government, you can say, and it replaces or replaced the Planning Commission. Earlier, it was called Planning Commission. So, and aims to involve the states in economic policy making in India. So this is for the, you can say it, to give strategic and technical advice to both the government, state government, central government, and this the formation of this Niti Aayog by the government was announced on 1st of January 2015. And you should remember this. And few important points. The Prime Minister of India will be the chairperson, and this Ayog has a governing council which comprises the chief ministers of all states and governors of union territories, and regional councils will be formed, to address specific issue impacting more than one state or a region. So these will be formed for a specified tenure. And then this Ayog has some experts, specialists, practitioners, for special like invitees by the government or by the PM. Uh, so all those are, nominated by Prime Minister. Now, one important topic again, RTI, which is Right to Information Act 2005. This is actually for the participation, to make the government rules, policies transparent and responsiveness form of, the government. So these are the four pillars of good governance: participation, transparency, legitimacy, and responsiveness. So the concept of this good governance,
Ma'am,
yes,
please repeat it again.
four pillars of good governance: participation, you know, participation of people or government or politicians. Then transparency, whatever rules regulations they make, it should be transparent, no hidden thing in it. Legitimacy and responsiveness, what has been asked, the response from the government, from the executive, should be prompt. So these are the four pillars which shows a good governance. Now, the concept of this good governance, it was applied in India through this passing of RTI Act 2005. One important saying, according to Thomas Jefferson. Have you heard the name Thomas Jefferson? He says, "Information is the currency of democracy." Information is currency of democracy. You have full right to know uh, whatever you want to know about any field, about any recruitment, about any policy, rules, regulations, anything, whatever government is doing. It is, right of a people of that country. So information you should be, fully, that is what we call knowledge. It is not about the qualification or certification. It is what you know, what is it. This is your right to know what is going on, what should be done, what is currently, the policies are made for. So this is the currency of democracy as per Thomas Jefferson. So Article 19(1) of Indian Constitution specifies that we just discussed earlier, right to information is a part of fundamental right. Right to information is a part of fundamental right. So it says that every citizen has a freedom of speech, expression, and also it was said that Indian democracy, people are the masters. People are the masters. So which give them the right to know about the functioning of the government. So how this machinery is working. So that is the fundamental right of a citizen. The main objectives of RTI was, to empower the citizen, to make government system more transparent, accountable, to prevent and eliminate, corruption, and to make democracy work better. And yes, of course, for better vigilance on the instruments of government governance. So all those objectives uh, are met under this Right to Information Act.
Ma'am,
Yes,
just out of curiosity, I'm asking, does fundamental right have any restrictions like in freedom of speech and all?
nothing.
Like,
No, that more moral values are always there. No, it's not that you use some, abusive language and all. That is not the freedom of speech. Your speech, your word should not hurt anybody. Moral values are also there.
yeah,
So
so,
yeah,
okay, okay. So
yeah.
in that they have mentioned, right?
Yeah, we have right moral values and all that. You should be under your limitation. You have freedom of speech, like you can speech. You can speak to any matter. You are having a full right to open up your views about some topic, about some field. Yes, you are having that, but it doesn't mean ki you hurt somebody or violate any rule or the norms. Okay, so it's better to understand correctly what are the rights and what are the duties.
Yeah.
Okay, so yes, we have covered this main objectives. Now this RTI portal was created by is created by Ministry of Personal Public Grievances and Pensions. So this is the department which take care of this RTI, and it acts as a gateway, you can say, for obtaining information, because
Who,
this is the
which
government.
ministry, ma'am?
Yeah,
Which ministry, ma'am?
Ministry of, it is written in the slide, Ministry of Personal Public Grievances and Pension. All right, because there should be some department who takes care, who gathers all the information from all the departments, from all the authorities, and there should be some information principal information officer, some who look after all those what queries are generated and how to reply them, how to solve their queries, or the things they ask. So a written or electronic request must be placed, by a person seeking information under this act, and they reply accordingly. So time period for this mutual communication generally 30 days, but this concern. Okay. All right. Now, one important again thing is Lokpal and Lokayukta, which is under 2013. So this act provided for the establishment of, Lokpal is for union, I mean for center, and Lokayukta for states. So the main objective of this formation of this Lokpal and Lokayukta is to prevent corruption. And these institutions are again statutory bodies without any, they are not having any constitutional status, but yes, uh, they are formed, these bodies, because this term Lokpal and Lokayukt were first coined by Dr. L.M. Singhvi. So that name was given. And first time it is in the Swedish, the government, Sweden, officially this institution of ombudsman, you can say, for, was inaugurated in there in Sweden. And then it is adopted by Britain, and then we adopted this thing just to, to improve our governance. So this is actually appointed officially, to investigate the complaints which are raised by the public or by various, organizations, for transparency in case of, finances, or, if there is some corruption or there is some uh, misdealing of the finances of the country, of the people, then they raise some complaint under this act. So then we have GGI, that is the Good Governance Index. Now, this Good Governance Index is released by Union Ministry of, again, the same department which look after RTI, Ministry of Personnel, Public Grievances and Pensions. So this day, Good Governance Day, is 25th of December, because this is the birth date of our former Prime Minister, Shri Atal Bihari Vajpayee. So this day is dedicated to uh, this good governance. And, it has, 10 sectors uh, into consideration for this GGI ranking, where each state has been observed and, considered under these 10 rankings, 10 sectors. And these are the sectors which I have included in slide: agriculture, then allied, then commerce and industry, then human resource development, public health, infrastructure, utilities, then economic governance, then social welfare and development, then judicial and public security, environment, citizen-centric governance, performance in these sectors. So these are measured on the basis of these indicators. And at present, Tamil Nadu top, but this index I am having, it is of 2019. So the first one is Tamil Nadu, then second is Maharashtra, then third is Karnataka, and then Chhattisgarh, and then Andhra Pradesh. So this is all about this. And then we have one important topic: new education policy. Sometimes, one question asked uh, from this topic: new education policy, NEP 2020. Now, how many policies we have covered till now? NEP, NPE or NEP?
Ma'am, Rusa.
No, 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 no. I'm not saying what has been covered in it. How many that education policies made till now, earlier than 2020?
Ma'am, one in, I think, 86,
Hmm?
60, 62.
No, it's 68, 68 and 86.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So
Yeah.
the SNAP is, it is based on draft of this National Education Policy 2019. And Kasturi Rangan was the chairperson for this purpose. And there is a, progressive shift, you can say, towards more scientific approach to the education. And the key objective, you can say, is to develop, cognitive development, social development, and physical awareness, social and physical awareness, you can say, of a children. Then the global education development agenda, which is reflected in goal 4, SDG 4. You know SDG? You might have
Is it sustainable development goal,
yes,
ma'am?
sustainable development goal. It is in the environment topic. If you covered that topic, you have to go through in detail there. So one subject is there, na? I think ninth, unit 9 is there. 9 or yeah, it is called, what it is called, the people development and environment or something like that. So there you cover the sustainable development goals. It is important from the point of view of examination. So learn there in much detail. So in global, in those agenda SDG, the goal 4 is about the education development. Okay, so remember this. So 2030, it is still 2030. We have to achieve some goals, uh, including this education field. So adopted by India in 2015 and seeks to ensure this inclusive and equitable quality education and promote lifelong learning opportunities for all by 2030. So this NEP or NPE, whatever, new education policy, 2020 aims at making India a global knowledge superpower. So this is the third education policy, and it is divided into 4 parts, right? Remember this thing: school education, higher education, adult education, and online education, and then implementation of all these things. Like whatever goals are decided, you have to implement policy implementation. So this is the yes.
What is MOE? In the previous slide, there was like MHRD changed the MOE.
MOE is Ministry of Education. I repeated so many times. Earlier
Okay.
it was Ministry of Human Resource Development. Now it is MOE, Ministry of Education.
Yeah, ma'am. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you.
All right. So first we go through this slide and then we go to the chart. The first one is school education, right? So school education, the objective is the universalization of education from preschool to secondary level, like with 100% GER. 100% GER by 2030. So remember this, okay? The current system we have 10 plus 2 system. So it is replaced by new 5 plus 3 plus 3 plus 4 curricular structure corresponding to age 3 to 8. Like 3 to 8 is for 5 years, then 8 to 11, 3 years, then 11 to 14, 3 years, then 14 to 18, 4 years. So this is for school education. And gender inclusion fund to provide, all girls and transgender students. Then class 10 and 12 are, board examination, just to test core competency rather than, memorized fact. Like here at present they are having too much burden on this board examination. But after the implementation of this policy, they change the pattern somewhat to relax them. Then vocational education will start from say, class 6. After that they are not forced to follow all those curriculums, with some internship depending upon the interest of that student. And up to at least grade 5 to be, it is in the mother tongue. So whatever it is easier for them to learn, so it is in the mother tongue. And after that they opt for Hindi or English. So minimum till grade 5 the education will be in mother tongue or some regional language. And by 2030 the minimum degree qualification for teaching will be 4-year integrated B.Ed degree. Nowadays, earlier it is I think 2 years or 3 years, but now it will be till 4 years. 4-year degree you have to do for bachelor in education. So this is all about the school education criteria. Then for higher education, they discontinued this MPhil course, and then multidisciplinary education and research and universities, at various IITs and IIMs to be set up. And as a models of best multidisciplinary education of global standards in the country. And then Higher Education Commission of India will be set up as a single umbrella body for the entire education, excluding medical and legal. Medical and legal education or law, they are having a separate body, but for all other educational bodies are under this commission, Higher Education Commission of India. And GER to be raised 50% by 2035. And current GER we are having now, it is 26.3%. You have to, so we have to work so hard to make it double, right, by 2035. Other changes are they are making, this an autonomous body, the national education. It is the free exchange technology forum, NETF, will be created to provide a platform for the ideas on the use of technology to enhance this learning, assessment, planning, administration, and so on. And then National Assessment Center, PARAK, that is the performance, then assessment, review, and analysis of knowledge for holistic development. This has been created to assess the students. And then this also emphasizes this new education policy, of gender inclusion fund, GIF also. And spatial education zones, they mark for for the disadvantaged regions and groups, so that spatial attention will be paid to those regions. And virtual labs also, existing e-learning platforms such as Diksha, Swayam Prabha, will also be, you can say, for creating virtual labs so that all students have, access to quality practicals and hand-on experiment-based learning experience. So all these things are very much important in case of new education policy. And this RTE, Right to Education Act 2009, also aims to provide primary education to all the children aged 6 to 14 years and forces education as a fundamental right. So remember this last line. Okay. Now we'll move to this slide. This is the depiction of whatever we have gone through the slides. So this is the exit. The first, the left one, left blocks. They are the depicting the present existing academic structure, and the middle one, new academic structures. So earlier, the from the lower block you see, earlier before age 6, whatever a child has done, whether preliminary school, playgroup, higher, you can say this, what you call lower KG, upper KG, whatever, it doesn't matter. From sixth, they include it as a first class, then second and third and fourth and fifth and so on till 10th. And after 10, 2 years, age of 16, they have like higher school and you know uh, higher secondary and then college. Okay, now in this school system, now the present system, according to the NEP, new education policy, the first section, from the bottom you start preparatory section, then fundamental section, then middle section, and then secondary section. So preparatory section includes 2 year, like first like 3 years, from age 3 to 6. It is Anganwadi or preschool or Balvatika, whatever, and then they go to the second stage, class 1 and 2, age 6 to 8. So first two, class 1 and class 2, is preparatory section, and then 3 years, like from age 8 to 11, class 3 to 5, it is foundational course. And after that, middle school, 3 years, from class 6 to class 8, age will be 11 to 14. And after that, 4 years, like from class 9 to 12, age 14 to 18 years, 4 year is a secondary. So secondary school is 9, 10th, and higher secondary 11 and 12. So this is the new pedagogical and curricular structure of school education: 5 plus 3 plus 3 plus 4. So this is all about your you know syllabus of higher education, and here it completes your all the topics. So if you have any problem, you can ask. I'll share my slides to the faculty, corresponding faculty, so he or she will share you with you. Anything you want to ask, you can ask.